Ugh. Alright, let's just do this.
Dun 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 dun.
What's up, nerds? So I just want to start off by saying that trigger warning for those of you that are sensitive, which are probably going to be a lot of you Game of Thrones fans, and then, you know, spoilers. So let's get started. So so season 8 of Game of Thrones is coming out soon, and I started, in preparation for it, I started watching all the other seasons back to back, just going through. And as I started watching them, I just started noticing some stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? I was like, Game of Thrones is not that great anymore. Now, if you like Game of Thrones still, you're stupid. And I'm not saying, like, you're stupid because you like Game of Thrones. I'm saying, like, stupid, like, intellectually. Because you've settled for mediocrity, and just, it's just bad. It's bad, and I don't understand how you can like it still. I don't get it. So, I mean, I don't really have any notes on this. I just wrote some bullet points down to talk about it and stuff, so let's just dive right into this whole thing. First off, to start off, I have read the books, and the books I find to be very awesome. I didn't start reading the books until after the first season, because I didn't know they were books, and then I watched the first season of Game of Thrones, which I didn't watch until the season was over with, because I didn't know how great it was going to be / popular. And so then I read the books, and the books are so good. And if you are one of the, and I know you're going to be all like, oh, these people that read the books are all, they're so pretentious, and it's not like the books. I'm not going to be like, I mean, I will be a little bit like that, because I have to compare a little bit, but not in the sense like, for instance, I'll just say, like, seasons 1 through 4. If you like seasons 1 through 4, then you're going to love the books 1 through 3.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Because they're pretty much from page to screen, with some small changes, such as, like, certain characters in the book say a line, but another character in the show will say it instead. And it's not that big a deal. And the battles, you don't really get to see them in the show and everything. I mean, you don't see them in the book either, but you read about them and stuff. So, but the thing that I liked about the seasons 1 through 4 the best is they kept all the intrigue with none of the filler, and still it was intelligent. I mean, it made you think, it made you look at things, and I mean, now it's just been dumbed down, and I'll just talk about that in just a second, but I just want to talk about the levels of fandom, because somebody told me, like, oh, just because you read the books doesn't mean you're a bigger fan. I disagree. I disagree 100%. If you can't take, there are different levels of fandom. Like, let's just say you just watch the show. This is where you're at. You only watch the show. Then there are people like myself who have read the books and just watched the show. And then there are other people that get into other stuff. There's more than just those main set of books. Right now there's only 5. There's supposed to be, I believe, 7 of them total. But if you read the books, and then there are other people that read the other books that come along with it. There are some other books that deal with stuff that went on in the past and all that stuff, and the lore of the Game of Thrones mythos. But I mean, so those people are there, and then I would say that there's, you know, and then there's people that do theories and everything. So there's levels. So right now, you're here at the bottom if you just watch the show. You're at the bottom. You don't know anything about anything, pretty much. You just know what they tell you, and what they tell you sometimes is just nonsense. So, so the first, like I said before, the first 4 seasons are good. They're so good. They're so rich. Just the things that they tell you, and I'm sorry, like, and seasons 5 now isn't too bad, but it's not the best, and then seasons 6 and 7 are just pure I mean, it's just hot garbage all over the place. But you love them because you're, you know, an idiot. Like I said, season 5 and through season 8, I'm just going to throw season 8 in there because that's with it, have been dumbed down. Been dumbed down for you. Just for you. And the reason for that is, I think, because Martin was involved with the show up to season 5. And then he ended up parting ways, mostly because of a character called Lady Stoneheart in the book, which is basically Catelyn Snow being brought back to life by the Red God. But she was dead for a couple of days, and when they brought her back, she was kind of like morgified and everything, and she has white eyes or whatever, and she's got still the slit across her throat and everything, and she talks with a real raspy voice, almost kind of looks like a dead person and everything. But she is alive, and she leads the Brothers with No Banners group or whatnot. So, but he parted ways, and then I feel like they didn't know what they were doing. They had no idea what they were doing, and because of that, they had to implement their own ideas instead of being able to pluck from that source, Martin, and get input every now and then, and which was a mistake on their behalf. And so, I mean, it's such bad writing. I mean, it's so bad. It's basically just fan fiction now. It's fan fiction. Whatever you idiots want, they give you. They give you, and they serve it on a platter and everything. Because they just want to please you, and that's it. They want to please you because it's entertainment now, and you'll settle for anything. So, and fan fiction, it's such bad writing. It's so bad. I mean, Dan and Dave, the executive producers of the show, and the creators of the show, Dave went to Dartmouth, which is such a prestigious school, and then they both went to the Trinity College in Dublin. And it just baffles me how they can go to schools like Dartmouth and write lines like this.
You want a good girl, but you need the bad pussy.
So, what kind of writing is that? I mean, as somebody from a community college could write that nonsense. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. But you just sop it up like a big moron that you are. So it's basically, like I said before, it's fan fiction. So whatever you want, you don't want a main character to die, that main character won't die. You want an ice dragon? Oh, that's such a good idea. They're gonna make an ice dragon, even though that's not necessarily what was meant to happen, but they're gonna give it to you because you want it. You want it, so they're gonna give it to you, whatever you want. And one point of this is, like I just said, main characters. They don't kill off main characters anymore. I mean, if you look back at season 1, everybody loved Ned Stark. I love Ned Stark. He's such a good guy and everything. But they killed him off. They killed off Ned Stark. Then, then the Red Wedding, you didn't see that coming because you love those characters. You love the Stark oldest brother, and you love Catelyn Stark, and all these other people. And all these other main characters, you love them, except for Joffrey. Nobody likes Joffrey. He's a but they killed him off, so it basically taught you, hey, don't love anybody on the show, don't love any character, because they're just going to kill it off. And that's one of the things that was so intriguing about the show. But as soon as you got to season 6 and 7, it was no, you like that character? We're going to keep him around, because he's such a fan favorite. Fan favorites can't die. They need to stay on the show. So we keep you morons intrigued, and we keep you coming back. That's what we need to do. Can't kill off any main characters that you love. Gosh, that'd be stupid. So they keep them alive. Another thing of what they don't kill off main characters is Jaime Lannister should be dead, okay? In this past season, season 7, you got this scene.
Your queen's command fighting with her enemies, what would you call it?
Doesn't matter what I'd call it.
I told you no one walks away from me.
Are you going to order him to kill me? I'm the only one you have left. Our children are gone. Our father is gone. It's just me and you now.
There's one more yet to come.
Give the order then. I don't believe you.
Now, she's all like, if you no one turns their back on me and lives. That was the perfect time to kill Jaime Lannister. And you dum-dums love him so much that they didn't kill him off because he's a fan favorite, and they give you fans whatever you want. They give you idiots whatever you want, so they're going to keep Jaime around. But the thing about killing off those main characters, and I'll just bring in Ned Stark and other Starks, is the thing that I love about the books, and I'm comparing a little bit right now, opposed to the show, especially the last past 3 seasons, is that it's the thing about killing off the main characters, especially Ned Stark, I'll use him as the example right now, and the other Starks, is they're good people on the show, and in the books, they're good people. They want to do right, they want to do the right thing, but it teaches you that in real life, and I know that's not real life, it's you know, but in real life, bad things happen to good people. You can be a good person all your life and still get cancer. That's how it works. You could be the crappiest people on the planet can be rewarded, lifted up onto a pedestal, and not have any consequences for their actions. That's how the world works sometimes. Not in this show, though, anymore. Now they're rewarding good deeds and everything. And that's what is really so frustrating about this show, and I realized of why I don't really like it anymore. And I'm not excited for this last season, but I'll talk about the last season in just a second. Now, I was just talking about the Starks, and I want to talk about some of the characters like the Starks and everything, and why I really don't like the Starks at all. They are my least favorite family in Westeros, and it's because in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, and the Starks are dying. And I only bring this up with the books because in the books, a lot of characters that are not dead are dead on the show, and I don't think they killed them on the show. I think they killed them on the show because they didn't know what to do with them, or they wanted to give you idiots what you wanted. And that's like the Lannisters. Most of the Lannisters, the kids are still alive. I mean, they killed them off on the show because they wanted you to have a little bit of, oh, I knew he was gonna die. Oh, what's his face jumped off of the ledge because his wife died in the thing with the explosion. Wasn't that explosion so good? And everything, and everything. But so I want to talk about the Starks that are alive on the show and everything. Jon Snow. Now, I don't hate Jon Snow, but I don't like Jon Snow. I mean, he's always trying to do the right thing instead of doing what needs to be done. And I think that it got him killed. He had to be brought back to life because he's a big dum-dum. He didn't want to listen to anybody, and he didn't want to make them see reason. He just wanted to be all like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, and everything, and I think that's what got him killed. I think Jon Stark isn't really my biggest problem. We'll get into my biggest, the character I hate the most in just a second. So Arya. I don't like Arya, and this is why I don't like Arya. Because on the writing, and this is how bad the writing is on the show, Arya goes to Braavos, she spends a day in the House of Black and White, and all of a sudden she's just parkouring it through the streets of Braavos. I mean, like, she's jumping through windows, hopping over fences and stuff, and I'm all like, she just learned this in a day, and then she spends a week in the House of Black and White, and she's a master assassin and can change her face and everything, and I'm all like, what is going on here? This is not good writing. This is bad writing. I mean, like, you can't jump forward a couple of years. I mean, this girl's just so gosh darn amazing that she just can Mary Sue her way into season 7 and 8. I mean, come on, like, please, oh my goodness. So then we have my least favorite character on the show, and that is Sansa Stark. Sansa Stark, in my opinion, is the most worthless character on the show. She's completely useless, and I just wish she would have died like 5 seasons ago, because she literally has done nothing to help out. I mean, she got her little brother killed, and when the Battle of the Bastards, which we'll talk about the battles in just a second, when they got them together and, Jon Snow's like, you want to give up? And what's-his-face was all like, no, I don't want to give up and everything. I have more men. Sansa could have stepped in and been like, no, we have more men. You might want to give me my brother and just give me Winterfell and everything, because we're giving you a chance to walk away. And instead, the Battle of the Bastards happened. Her little brother got killed. A bunch of men got killed, soldiers and stuff, and then the soldiers from the Eyrie come in, and she could have just said that. She could have been like, hey, no, we have more. But no, she kept it a secret like a big dum-dum, and, got a bunch of people killed because she's a big moron, and she's useless, completely useless. I'm sorry. You can try to defend her all day, every day, but she has literally done nothing. And even when she caught Littlefinger in everything, in his nonsense, I mean, Littlefinger, that's bad writing too, because before in the season you're all like, you have to anticipate every move and everything, but then he doesn't anticipate a move. Like, what? Like, ridiculousness. Bad writing. Some more bad writing. Then we have Brandon Stark, and Brandon Stark, I really don't have anything to say, like, really bad about him, because he's basically just, like, sitting there going all, like, wide-eyed and then saying riddles and stuff, and you're like, this is just ridiculous. And I do think it's funny how in season 1 he's all like, Hodor, can you carry me on your back? And then season, 6, he's all like, hey, Hodor, I need a lift. And everything, like, so funny. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I really do feel that they've dumbed down the show. For you dum-dums, you're just big dum-dums, and you've taken these flashing lights and you've taken it in and you've said, I'll settle for that. You've settled for mediocrity in this show. I think that you've just taken it and you've said, I will take whatever they say and I'll just eat it up without questioning it. And one of the things is the Dorne conspiracy. Now, I'm going to compare it a little bit to the books right now. In the book, and I'll just dumb that down, because if you don't understand, I mean, like, you settle for Game of Thrones, I can't explain something complex to you because you're too stupid to figure it out. So, in the books, the Princess of Dorne, which they didn't introduce into the show, instead they introduced the paramour and all the sand snakes, and the sand snakes are in the books, but the paramour is not, so she kind of takes the place. But anyways, so the Princess of Dorne, there's 2 princesses. The Princess of Dorne, who is biologically ready to rule, because in Dorne they let the females rule, not just men. It's the firstborn, even if it's a female. Anyways, her goal is to capture, the daughter of Cersei Lannister. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. Starts with an M. I can only think of Melisandre. Anyways, to capture her, and then just basically be like, yo, other 6 kingdoms, stay out of Dorne, we'll rule Dorne, you guys do your own thing. But it's very complex in the book. But on the show, it's a paramour, a hooker, basically saying, I'm going to kill off the royal family of Dorne because we're not going to have a weak royal family anymore. And it's like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. This is stupid. It makes 0 sense. 0 sense. I mean, it's so stupid. And then, they kill off the Lannisters, and that was just a stupid idea too, but it's so stupid. It's so stupid, like you. So, my predictions for Season 8 are this. A lot of good battles, which I'll talk about. I'll get some positive stuff in here, but it's just going to be basically, okay, so they've already said that Jon Snow and Daenerys, when they find out that they're related, they are not cool with the incest. They're not cool with it. Like Cersei and Jaime. So they basically split up, but Jon Snow has impregnated Daenerys, so she'll have a baby now, because she's been going on about how she'll never have children. Her dragons are her children. She's the mother of dragons. We got it and everything. But he's impregnated her. She'll then now have an heir to lead on. Jon will go back up to the north and become the Warden of the North and basically rule up there. Or maybe he'll go to the Wall, but I don't see the point of him going to the Wall now. So, he'll go to Winterfell, he'll rule in Winterfell, or maybe he'll die on, whatever, it doesn't matter anyways. And Daenerys will lead. Everything will be all great in the kingdom of Westeros. They'll live happily ever after, and everybody will just sit there and enjoy it, like the dum-dums that they are, okay? They're big dummies. Everybody's a big dummy. So now I want to focus on the positive things, because it's not all negative on this show. There are some good things about this show, and I want to talk about those things. The battle sequences, when they have those big action set pieces, they are fantastic. The Battle of the Bastards, so good. I mean, logistically it wasn't that great, but visually it was pleasing to the eye, and it was good, and you loved it, and it was suspenseful and everything, and they do a good job with those battle sequences. And also to talk about the dragons, the CGI on this show with the locations and the dragons and the White Walkers and all that stuff, they're great. I mean, the dragons look so real and they look great. The White Walkers look great, and the dead people and the locations. The CGI is fantastic on this show. I mean, it's really, that part about it is really great. And then also what's really good on the show is the acting. I mean, Peter Dinklage does such a great job. I mean, they've dumbed down his character. He's not as great as he used to be, but he's still such a great actor. He's a good actor. And then Cersei Lannister, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She does such a fantastic job. I mean, her facial expressions, the way she delivers a line, her body movements, it's so good. The acting on this show is top notch. Even Kit Harington, he's a little cutie patootie, but I even think he's a decent actor on this show. Sansa Stark, played by Sophie Turner, not a good actress. She's a bad actress. I'm gonna get back a little bit in negative. She is a horrible actress. I don't like the character, don't like the actress. She has no talent in my opinion. Back to positive. So the acting is really great on this show. So in conclusion to this, Game of Thrones season 1 through 4 are great. They're so good. Seasons 5, okay, but season 6 and 7 suck. They're bad. And season 8 is probably not going to be any better. And I'm not saying you're dumb because you like the show. I'm saying you're dumb because you have settled for mediocre entertainment. The first 4 seasons are, in my opinion, are art. You look at this stuff and you say, wow, that is great. It makes me think. It makes me look at stuff differently. It makes me look at the way that they do stuff on this show. And then season 5, a little bit of mixture of both. But in season 6 and 7, they're just, like I said before, the flashing lights that you morons will just, eat up like candy and everything. So, yes, I will watch season 8. I'm not excited about it. The only thing I'm excited about is that it'll be done and I won't have to worry about it anymore. I can cross that off my list and everything, and I'll be like, thank God it's over with, so I don't have to deal with these morons and argue with them. And then, but I will watch it. I'll hate watch it, and then I'll, move on with my life. I'll read the books and just be like, oh, they could have made this good, but they won't worry about it. So, listen, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you didn't like this video, I get why, because, you're going to defend Game of Thrones to the death, and I don't get it, but whatever. And leave your comments down below. I'm pretty sure some of you are typing right now, getting all mad about it, and I say, whatever. I don't care about your opinion. If I did, I wouldn't have made this video. So I will check you guys later. Bye.